Today is Friday, June 2nd of 2023. For those of you that remember the last AT&T fiasco a couple years ago, when I pre-ordered my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra phone, and if you pre-ordered it and you mailed them your older working phone, you got a $1,000 pre-order credit. Remember that little ordeal? Do you remember how many phone calls? Each phone call was between 2 and 3 hours long. Month after month, phone call after phone call of empty promises. I venture to say either lies or dropped balls. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to submit that. This is okay. This is approved. Looks great on here. Looks great on our end. And then there's no discount. It's supposed to be roughly $30 a month for the entire time that you are financing the new Note 20 Ultra. Months and months and months and months and months of aggravating phone calls to sit on a phone call talking to somebody for between 2 to 3 hours per phone call. And thank goodness, as a school bus driver, you have that length of time between your morning and your afternoon run. I shouldn't have to do that, but nonetheless, everything finally got all solved, and it was resolved, and it all caught up, and there was, I think, like one or two phone bills that I didn't have to pay, because when that retro application of the monthly roughly $30 a month finally caught up, it kind of zeroed everything out, and then everything was okay. And then now I got a new phone. Okay, a couple months ago, I got the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, the beast of all beasts. I love this phone. And the now it's older, the Note 20 Ultra is now available to send them back in, they say in any condition, but it was, believe me when I tell you, it was in absolute mint condition. Mail that back for the pre-sale of the S23 Ultra, and hey, we'll give you $1,000. So if they weren't offering $1,000 credit spread out over, it looks like 56 months now, they changed it a little bit. Instead of $30 a month, it's now like $27.78 a month. So you're getting $27.78 off per month for 56 months, comes to your $1,000 credit. If you mail them your Note 20 Ultra or any other similar, as they claim, working or non-working, but my Note 20 was in perfect condition. So now what happens? I'm like, well, I said I was never going to do this nonsense again. The phone calls and the aggravation, my heart rate, going up, and blood pressure and the boiling, just aggravating beyond belief. Nobody should have to sit there for even one phone call. But here we are again. So the S23 Ultra was a pre-order, and I received it. I don't have the date in front of me right now. I received it about a week before the 20th of February. I then actually turned it on, pumped up the volume, whatever, got everything up and running, turned it on and activated it online on February 20th of 2023. So I had about a week. I received the phone, and then I was in the middle of a bunch of other things going on in my personal life, and I didn't want to just do a half type of job. I wanted to make sure that all of my songs and my pictures and my records and whatever was backed up, first of all, on a computer and transferred to the new phone before activating it. I activated the phone on the 20th of February. I then had 30 days to get them my Note 20 Ultra to get the $1,000 credit. No problem. Now that was activated on the 20th. I then went through everything with a fine-tooth comb. 1 week later, on February 27th, I brought the Note 20 Ultra, all nice and extremely well packaged up, in its protective case, in its holster, in a bubble wrap thing, in the box that they sent, with extra padding, including packing peanuts. I mean, I padded the daylights out of this thing to make sure they get a brand new or mint condition used phone, which they did. But on the 27th of February, I mailed it at the post office. Now, at one point, I had called, and I knew they were sending me the return label, but the agent on the phone, when I called to just confirm all the details about this promotion, and was my calling plan a proper calling plan, it's a grandfathered plan, which is better than what they have now, but if that was not eligible, I would have changed my plans. No, it's fine. Okay, cool. You get your $1,000, right? So I mail it on the 27th. It goes to Warrendale, Pennsylvania on February 28th. It's still sitting in Warrendale on March 1st. It's still sitting in Warrendale, Pennsylvania on March 2nd. Then on March 2nd at 1:46 p.m., your item has been tendered to the returns agent. The Postal Service no longer has the item, and no further tracking updates are expected. Excuse me? Okay, this is the tracking from the Postal Service. You lost my phone. Who's responsible? Well, it's insured. I mailed it. I have the tracking receipt to prove it. So then I talk to the Postal Service, and they say, oh, Bell & Howell Mail Services. I don't know. Bell & Howell used to do movie projectors way back when. I guess they're doing mail services now. Whatever. So then they received the Note 20 Ultra, and it's missing in action. But I called three different times to AT&T to get three different answers from three different agents, and they all said the same exact thing. Dude, you've got the tracking number. You have the magic receipt. This piece of paper is worth $1,000 because you mailed it with our label, and we see that. Now, here's the fun part. It's June 2nd. This was in March. And then I get my bill, and there's no discount. And then the next month I get my bill, and there's no discount. What's going on? So today was the last day of school. So what does anybody else do to celebrate? Yay, I'm on vacation! Let's call AT&T and get aggravated. Now, what's going on? So I find out when I called originally to say, just checking out all the details, right? You know, if I mail you my phone, oh yeah, the Note 20, even if it's a non-working condition, you'll still get $1,000. I'm just ironing out all the details, right? And here's a new label we're going to email to you. And it's in the system. Use that label when you get it, print it out, attach it to the box. Except he didn't update the system. Apparently today, they received the Note 20 Ultra at their Hyla. Remember Hyla? The clowns that lied last time and said my phone was broken, they don't have it, it's missing in action. Then you call the rep and all you get is people laughing and screaming and throwing things around and the room, and it's like, what are you doing? I don't want to talk to Hyla ever again. Well, apparently they got the phone. They received it on March 14th. So even if you do the math, hey, I activated this S23 Ultra on February 20th, and they supposedly received my phone on March 14th, almost 2 weeks after it went missing in action. So even if all the arguments are all exhausted, the 14th is still a week before the expiration of this promotional time frame. Okay? The guy is reading me the tracking number. I said, no, I don't know what tracking, what are you, I don't know what 92023901, and then it gets all weird. And I said, I don't know what number you're reading me. So it turns out that was the original tracking number that he had, and he had a number that was showing in their system. Ed did not return the phone, so therefore he gets nothing. You see how this is so... It's so frustrating. If you're going to issue me a new label, if you're an AT&T rep, and you issue me a new mailing label, shouldn't it just automatically get attached to my file? So that when I go to the post office and I just hand them the box with the label on it, bing, okay, that's the new label, and it's attached to Ed's phone, it's attached to Ed's account, it's on its way, Ed mailed it. Why should I have to sit here 2 hours and 43 minutes to finally resolve this? And I was not getting off the phone. And at one point I said, sir, I have to go to the bathroom, but I am not getting off the phone. I said, I'm going to mute this phone if that's okay. I'm going to mute the phone. I'm going to put the phone down in a different room. I'm going to use the restroom and I'll be right back. He goes, no problem. So I'm like, I'm not getting off the phone with this guy. And at one point he goes, you want to talk to Hyla instead of me because I have to answer other phones? I said, no, it's you and me, man. You and me are on this long haul. We're going to do this right. I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. I don't want to spend the next 2 months of my summer vacation chasing tracking numbers and where's my credit and holy moly. Well, anyway, they input the new tracking information, and then they had to be speaking to one department and then another department, and then oh yeah, that's the correct tracking number. Oh yeah, we do have that attached to Ed's account, but it was in like another folder on his account, his digital account, so it wasn't registering as the tracking label that Ed was going to be shipping. Why? Who dropped the ball? What am I mailing back? A pair of socks? It's the same stupid phone, but just change the number. Whoever the first guy was dropped the ball, I guess, and that's why this whole thing got stuck. Well, anyway, the tracking number, oh yeah, we updated everything, we approved of everything, we looked it up, and oh yeah, we see it got stuck in Warrendale, Pennsylvania for a whole bunch of days, and then Bell and Howell Services got it, and then they got it to Hyla, and Hyla reviewed the phone, and oh yeah, the phone's fine, and okay, we're going to submit this, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and guess what? I finally get a text while I'm on the phone with the guy, and the guy says, your promotional discount has been received. Yay! And your credits will start to appear within the next 60 days. That's 2 months. However, if you haven't received any credits by September 2nd, that's 3 months. Call us at this phone number. I said, dude, what is going on? Well, it's in the system. Rest assured, I know it's frustrating, and you'll have to pay the full price for probably the next month or 2, or probably 3. Probably less than 3, but more than 2. I don't know. But then, hey, the good news is that when it finally catches up, you'll get $27.78 times how many months it's behind. So basically you'll get like a free phone bill 1 month, and then after that going forward, then everything will then be up to date, and every month I'll get my $27.78 discount for the next 56 months to be $1,000 total. Oh, I'm honestly convinced that when they say $1,000 credit, am I the only one that goes through this? Well, I'll tell you what. Again, I said this last time. I said this a couple years ago. I remember my own words. How many senior citizens get all excited? Hey, Marge, you got that old phone? It's the promotional version, and you can mail that in and get $1,000. It's working, right? It doesn't matter if it's working or not. You get $1,000 credit, right? You get the new phone, and you mail them the old phone, and you get $1,000 credit. Let's do it, okay? And then all this baloney happens, and then they lose faith, or they lose hope. They stop fighting. They stop chasing it. If the $1,000 credit was like $5 off your next phone bill if you mail us a phone, no, I'll just keep my old phone and play with it in the house on Wi-Fi and play video games and whatever. You're gonna offer me $1,000. You bet I'm gonna chase this thing till the very end, like we did last time, month after month. It's so stupid. How many people give up? I bet a lot of people give up. I said, is there any reason why I'm on the phone with you, sir, for 2 hours and 43 minutes? Oh, no, that shouldn't be. I said, this became a monthly thing a few years ago. Monthly. 2 to 3 hours per phone call. And you can't just go right to the manager or the supervisor. No, you got to go through the layman this and the representative that and this and that menu, and then explain the whole thing again. And oh, by the way, the last couple phone calls that I had, this guy says, I don't have any notes that you even called. What? There's no notes that you called and spoke to a rep about confirming. Is my calling plan an eligible calling plan? If it's not, I'll change my calling plan. No, it's grandfathered, but it's fine. It's eligible. It's fine. Are you sure? Because it specifically says all over the place, must be on an eligible calling plan. I just want to make sure. I don't want to play stupid games. No, it's fine. No, it is fine. Apparently, even according to this guy, it's fine. However, there's no notes. I gave you this tracking number, right after I mailed it, to make sure. Oh yeah, it's on its way. Okay, hey, you're approved. Oh, it got stuck in Warrendale. Don't worry about it. It's covered. We already approved of it. We approved of the $1,000 credit. But there's no notes about any of those phone calls. I honestly think they just get you all excited. Oh, yeah, man, I'm going to get a new phone. Hey, $1,000 credit. Mail us your old phone. And they hope that you forget about it or you don't pursue it. They make you think, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Oh, maybe I read the wrong tracking information, or I got the wrong label, or I took it to the post office too late. Must have mailed it too late. Must have missed out. Oh, well, $1,000. Oh, well, it's only $1,000. Again, it's June 2nd of 2023. He did give me a one-time $15 courtesy credit for my polite nature in handling this extremely aggravating phone call, because I'm like, hey, man, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, but I don't want to upset the guy, and supposedly he's trying as hard as he can, and he seemed to be really caring that I was dealing with this again in like a repeat nightmare from a few years ago. I kept my cool because, again, having worked in customer service before I started, driving, I know what it's like when you got an angry customer on the phone and you want to help them and they're just boiling over and they just need to vent. I get that, you know. But I'm calm like that usually. It's when I start using curse words, you know that I've had enough. I've had enough, but it takes a lot to get me to that point. I have a very long fuse, and I'm always grateful for that. So if you ever hear me cursing and I'm angry, you know somebody really did me wrong, or I have had just about enough of trying to resolve something and chase something and fix something and put all the pieces together on my own. That's not my job, but I'll do it because that's $1,000. With that said, thanks for listening to me ramble on this first day of summer vacation. And as I used to always joke with my mom when she was alive, on the first day of my summer vacation, as soon as school let out and I'm driving home, I'd call Mom and I would say, I'd quote the line from the old movie City Slickers, I'm on vacation! And with that said, peace out, God bless, and hopefully this is the last of these fiascos. Bye-bye. God help us.